Big H to put it in play. Let's play pickleball. Welcome to Sunday, young man.
I mean, I almost never say this, but Ben has to be a little careful with his speed ups because Big H can match him in terms of a hand speed perspective. I wouldn't say those were full-on traditional speed-ups from the kitchen, but that's back-to-back aggressive forehands from Collin Johns.
They weren't safe, let's put it that way. Traditional speed up there, and that was nice.
That was very nice from Collin, and this is all. I mean, it's 1-1. This is already a point of emphasis for me.
And it may be a point of emphasis for you, and I'm glad it is, my partner, but that dude is firing.
Yes, he is. I'm all for it. It's what the other pattern is, and that's cross court with Hayden, and that's not fantastic. So you got to pull the trigger if you're Collin Johns. And it looks early on also that Federico Staksrud is going to the two-handed backhand dink up at the kitchen line. He very comfortable taking the second hand off and slicing with one, but he's looking for topspin from that position early.
And it's been all drops for the Johns brothers here so far as well. So lots of things to just, you know, feeling out process. Let's see if these patterns continue. 3-1 Johns early. Yes, please. If Ben thought he'd won that rally earlier, and the ball's going to keep coming back today.
Yeah, you gotta win it 3 times these days.
That's nice. Oh, but deep. And they're going to take a timeout. And after a terrific first rally with the counter from Big A.
5-1-2.
That's a great reload from Federico Staksrud. I would say middling initial speed up, but Fed on that second ball.
1-5-1.
Singles prowess is sure nice to have when you play with 4 on the court.
Absolutely. Inside out forehand about an inch over the net while Ben was transitioning. Huge shot from Fed.
Yeah, the other thing Ben and Collin know is you got scary drives on both players here.
You do.
2-5-2.
That's a heavy serve from Hayden Patriquin. Deep and really not a lot of shape, but lots of pace on that.
3-5-2.
Wow. Shake it off, Collin. Take your time here, bud. Actually almost caught it with the left hand, protecting the face.
Yes. Yeah, he's wearing the eye protection, but still.
4-5-2.
Value from Fed as everyone's about to gasp. What is he doing?
Oh, he got some smiles.
Yeah, he did.
5-5-2.
H was lurking behind the M there.
Yes, he was. Man, that was a downy soft fit.
Yes.
And A little trigger happy for the youngster on that last forehand from a low position, but a phenomenal run.
Yes.
After the timeout to get the ball back and tie it up.
It touched Hayden there, so
I think it was sleeve.
Yeah.
So that's nice work from Collin with a soft ball from the midcourt, and then came forward aggressively and looked for pace on the next ball.
Yeah, because he put a hand down on that
Right.
just to get the balance. And right back with a couple themselves, 2-point lead for the Johns brothers.
Looking to change the pattern a little bit more in that cross-court battle with Ben.
And Fed crosses the plane.
In the air, I have to worry about my footwork and my jump over the corner, and you have to worry about breaking the plane. There's a lot going on there, Dave.
Sure is. Oh man, now off the tape and 9-5. And CJ's like, it's one apiece, dude, so settle down over there.
Yeah, and Hayden's talking to him. That's the one that was working against Dylan Frazier.
Yeah.
Also, it's up in the shoulder area from a low position. Granted, that was a forehand from Federico, but he was finding it on the backhand side yesterday too.
See, Ben always sits on the ball out of the air, trying to take it if he can.
Exactly right. And he'll adjust his paddle and his footwork accordingly if he's unable to. But he waits till the very last second to hope to be able to flick that thing. Man, that's a squeeze from the right side.
But an ATP reset there.
Ben's positioning from the left is pretty tight to the center line. All those cross-court dinks with Federico.
Oh, rock you like a hurricane, Big H, with the Scorpion winner.
Oh, goodness, that's just so good. Because Ben is often taking that up the line, so Hayden's loading up on the forehand, but that comes to his left shoulder, and he still gets it. It's a nice combination for the boys in black, catching Collin Johns transitioning from back left to front right. So you have to have the drive from Hayden, but you have to have the paddle position perfect from Federico on the next ball. They have both.
Wow, and they force a miss here, so chunks of points at a time on both sides. They're within one. Good look at the girlies checking this out. They're going to have a huge rematch, match 2 today. Right there. Or make a tee with your paddle in your hand. Like, you know, show us some creativity.
Nice little shot there of
15 seconds, no timeouts, one timeout.
Federico right in Hayden's ear
Yes.
before he's about to serve. Love that.
So 4 in a row and still going.
Come in, 9-9-1.
And there he is again in the middle, and a game point for Staksrud and Patriquin.
10-9-1.
In a men's doubles match there. So let's see what the Johns have coming back down a game. CJ on that one.
Yeah, great load up forehand counter from Collin Johns. And right now, I think we need some speed ups from Collin. Because Ben against Hayden, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think this is favoring Hayden. And the cross-court dink battle between Hayden and Collin isn't ideal either. So
how about some bench speed?
Yes, please. off the bounce on the forehand side too. So
yeah.
Sure.
2-0-2.
I think the traditional roll backhand of Ben Johns, Hayden's on it. He has a beat on that. So there's other ways for Ben to be aggressive and find speed ups, and forehand out of the air or off the bounce is one of them. Excuse me.
Wow, CJ gets all the way around that to find a backhand. And just to be clear, when you say roll backhand, you're talking his patented out of the air,
correct.
not off the bounce.
That's exactly right.
At the last second.
Yeah, he did. He was mini pretzel there.
Yeah.
So.
And just grabs it. You want to go down the line? You have invited that.
Yeah, playing with fire. And yeah, I wonder if Ben is a little frustrated that he didn't pick that off, or he was looking for help on the backhand counter from his brother.
I'm going with the latter.
Uh-huh.
Just wide before that, but why not give a show while we're at it?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think I will pick the latter too on that previous statement.
And here we go again, a chunk of 4 to start, 3 on a 1 on the other side. This is such a rare sighting, but the teams get the ball and they go.
We say points are hard to come by a lot, and I would say men's doubles is probably the very top of that list of all the disciplines.
And you see Fed just applauding. That's exactly what they want there. It doesn't make it. So 3 back. So Ben hasn't even served, and it's 4-3-1. Ambitious ATP gets the dreaded HTP. He drilled the post. I mean, that's as hard as it can get hit there. But CJ on the other side defending the ATP is 3 for 3.
Yeah.
5-3-1.
I mean, it's such a tough shot, and Collin puts it in the kitchen at such a high clip from that position. I mean, it's one thing to make the ATP defense, but to perfectly put it where you want to, that's a whole different ball game.
The fact that it's not popped up in an overhead for somebody. So they get 1.
Nice first volley. Oh, always want to force your opponents to be on their back foot when they're
3-5-1.
looking to drop and get to the kitchen.
Point.
And also, each brother with a missed return in the last few moments.
And they're worried about unwinding the stack, so you got to go. And just a launch.
Right, and that's the second time it's happened for Collin. I like him putting air underneath, but it's too short. It has to be within a foot or two of the baseline if you're going to go with that slower return. Oh, H, that's 2 now into the tape for H. 1 on the backhand side, 1 on the forehand side. And again, Federico Staksrud in his ear with positive encouragement.
Yeah, and they just cannot unwind the Staksrud here.
Let's see what you did there, Dave. Well done.
6-5-2.
That just caught return.
Ben probably missed it.
I mean, what's unbelievable is the rallies they're losing, they are heading.
Yeah, I agree.
So right back with 3, and it's 6-5.
Yeah, it could be 8-3 easily with some of the positions that Patriquin and Federico Staksrud have been in this game.
That time it's been.
Yeah, too high is too high.
Yes.
I mean, the hand speed or the counterattacks don't matter once the ball gets to a certain level.
Look out. And Ben, again, looking for the ball out of the air. If you want to stand in the middle of the court, you're going to have to reach not the tallest fella.
Yeah, that's exactly true. And that previous ball that was too high went to the middle, and this time Ben with the more traditional roll right up the line. So, you know, I think that was in the back of Hayden's mind. He went middle last time, a little late getting over to his forehand on the line, and yep, we're going to have a timeout as the runs continue.
So the scoring.
8-6-1.
Fed was like, oh my gosh, that's just hanging.
Yes, it is. And he hesitated for half a second, but it was high enough it didn't matter.
Oh, another one in phenomenal position, don't make it.
Yep. That one's off the bounce, but that's sat up above the waist for Hayden Patriquin. He's got to be able to do something with that ball.
All right, so that run ends at 4, but they get all the way to 9.
6-9-1.
So pretty from Ben. When he's fully outstretched like that, he is often going inside out from the middle at the left side opponent or through the middle. This time he hooks it fully cross court, nobody home.
Calls it out, but the ball is good. So he immediately changed the call, just to be clear. Collin with a great inside out. First 0 of this game, too, as far as a possession. This return, and we are at game point.
10-6-1.
And that'll do it. So we've only played 30 minutes. We've played 2 games. I thought we said we weren't playing best 2 out of 3 today, Adam. Well, now we are 2 out of 3 for the title, as there's one on each side of the ledger here in Virginia.
Guaranteed pickleball play every week. No hassle, no paddle stacking lines, no worries. Join a pickleball league today and up your game with competitive, consistent, well-matched play. Connect with your local leagues, check live rankings on your phone, and play with ease. Whether you're there to socialize with your community, network across the net, or have fun playing your favorite sport, leagues are a stress-free way to enjoy your play. Find your closest league at pickleball.com and click Leagues today to get started.
And then Brooke Buckner at the end of the day against Anna Lee Waters. Her singles just keeps getting better and better. Look forward to that as well. All right, here we go. Game 3. That time, CJ can't make it bounce.
Yeah, a little extra oomph on that ATP on the backhand side from Federico. And you're exactly right, Dave. Able to take that next one out of the air off the defense. And just coming in hot, and Ben just casually swats it with the backhand and finishes with the forehand.
Yeah, the fury of Neptune there. That was something. A couple times H has left it high in the middle. That's a trouble.
Yeah, it is. And that's the more traditional shot from that position from Ben, with the forehand in the middle of the court, right at the body of Federico Staksrud.
Second serve.
And on the in between games, a little chatter between Hayden and Federico. Not a lot strategic, more about we've gotten to a high level, but we have to maintain it and not have those dips. That's a safe place for Federico, right at the left foot of Collin.
And ATP this time from Ben, so.
Yeah, I think fully cross-court Fed and Ben. Ben has been getting the best of him lately, so Federico has been changing direction a lot with the soft stuff towards the middle of the court.
Fed had a lot of court to work with.
He did. I think he went with the right pace also on that shot. And caught the net, and I think that is why he was so frustrated afterwards.
Wow.
That's wide. I think that's wide off the paddle of Hayden, who got a little chicken winged on the backhand side there.
1-3-1. Second serve.
Just when you put the thumb and the pointer finger on the bridge of your nose, you're not thrilled with what happened there.
No, rarely good. Oh, that's brother and brother crime there.
That's the old like sort of freeze out. About 7 or 8 shots to Fed, and then 1 to Hayden. Hasn't had a dink in a while and makes an error.
And he just has to slide too, just a little.
And also, I would say the right side player has more options when they're getting a cross-court dink from the right side counterpart. When Ben pushes it straight up the line to Hayden, who's squeezing the middle of the court, I feel like it's tougher to find offense from that position.
Boy, Hayden's on tilt, and there goes a ball into the crowd, and that'll be a technical warning for that for sure, as he is not happy. As a superstitious player, I would be the one to go find that ball. I don't care where Hayden hit it. So what does that technical warning mean? Nothing now, but if there's a second one, we're talking a point, and then things escalate quickly from there. So let's see if he can stay off tilt here. what caused the technical. Doesn't look quite so alarming there. Nowhere near. I mean, if you hit a fan with that,
Right.
much different situation here.
Yeah, I like to call that light ball abuse.
Yeah.
And we've seen that a few times. I mean, Hayden Patriquin, one of my favorite players, incredible skill set, but he doesn't have a lot of reach.
Yeah.
So if he's squeezing the middle and Ben finds a great roll up the line, that's not a great situation for the boys in black.
Catches the shoulder, and Hayden actually just smacked the ball into the corner harder than the one he got a technical warning on. But that's where the ball.
He held that one for
Yes,
a while.
he did. That was like a statue out on the beach here. Oh, he was on that one too. Here's the CJ reaction.
2-7-1.
Sitting on the 2, he didn't make it. Loaded up on the scorp, and Ben is in the middle, and the ball is nowhere near either of them.
That is full sexy time from Federico Staksrud. What a deceptive, tricky shot. Follows it up with a SWAT team from Ben. So
A little high in the third there.
yes, I would say maybe take the little out.
3-7-2.
No way, unfortunately, way.
Yeah, way. Still, I mean, I know it was a few points ago. That was a
7-3-1.
great shot from Fed just moments ago.
That's shot of the tournament.
Still big deficit though.
What a beautiful lob there.
Sneaky.
The fact that the left side player is bailing on those 3 balls is incredible.
And Fed is saying you.
I mean, you're giving up a Fed Staksrud forehand
Yes.
for a ball at his shoulder.
Yeah, that's right. And like I said, Fed was saying you to Hayden Patriquin. That's, yeah, there's some wild stuff going on with the
8-3-1.
runs, the court coverage. This is not a standard men's match. Oh, it hit him.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, right off the back.
Yeah.
Fed's trying to duck out of the way, and Hayden says Ben's hitting it really hard,
Yes.
and that's what happened
Yes, that's
on
what
the
happens.
last one.
I mean, he knew he had to get out of there, but off the left shoulder, 9-3.
9-3-1.
And here we go again. They've scored 3, 4. They have 3 now. They're getting to the kitchen every time, and it has become methodical. Game point for the Johns. CJ was like looking for a contact down there on the floor for a second on that one reset.
He almost held too long.
Yes.
As the ball came right back to him, he had to pop up quick.
Second try to close out game 3. And that'll do it. So A ankle injury, so they are tough to beat when they get here. Too high from H.
1-0-2.
Wow, what a save. They do get one.
Fed getting fired up too. He knows how big this moment is. And
0-1-1.
Hayden and Federico, a little backup in between games as Gabe Tardio is all sitting on their bench, giving some insights.
H is on that one.
Nice counter punch in the chest.
Teenagers helping teenagers.
Yes.
1-1-1.
That's a great drive. And Hayden was listening intently to
Yes.
it, and Fed gave him the yeah. So whatever he said, it was good.
Wow, Fed completely changed his mind there and just clunk.
You know what that is, Dave? It's the Cardinal Sin of Pickleball.
Don't do it.
Don't change your mind.
Just go.
3-1-1.
Yeah. You usually end up missing horribly badly when you do, like Ben did. And how about this, too? We got Gabe Tardio down there. Bilingual, too. He can talk to Fed. He can talk to H. He can.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got it all going on.
Talented youngster right there in so many ways. From Bolivia. Just a few too many of those is why they're down on the scoreboard, but they just need 2 stops. They haven't done it since. They may not have done it at all. I've been keeping track games 2, games 3, game 4. They've scored at least 1 every time, have the Johns brothers.
Second serve.
Oh, challenge.
Not to overrule Howard. Very good.
So,
Referee timeout. We have a challenge with
okay.
the outcall. The outcall puts us at 1-3-2. Now proceed with the
Oh
video
boy,
review.
dead center.
Uh-oh.
So this challenge should last 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Okay, we're done. Let's play. Because he is coaching them up.
He is.
After review, the out call is overturned. The ball was in. 2 timeouts remaining. 1 timeout remaining. We resume play at 2-3-1. Sorry.
2 timeouts both
Yeah, sorry.
sides.
2 and 2. We resume play at 2-3-1.
Yeah, and Hayden's just like, he's hitting it so hard, I thought it was going out. And how did he drop it in?
2-3-1. Point.
I mean, Ben was squeezing middle, so I'm okay with Hayden going behind him on the first volley. But that ball shoulder high, Hayden has to put it in play. Plain, consistent dink from Collin Johns.
Yeah, we won't see speed ups anymore off the bounce from him here. Good footwork.
It was, and interesting
happened
from
with
Fed. I understand Ben's hitting an overhead, but he wasn't fully releasing on it, and Fed didn't have the forehand ready. He was just frozen with the paddle position on the backhand side.
That was bizarre.
Point.
H says my bad, and indeed, and this is a run of 4.
5-3-1.
Chunk Sunday here.
soft stuff is just on another level. Up here at the kitchen or in the midcourt. So clean.
And you heard a bad contact there from Hayden, a little clunk, and it's 6-3.
Just off that center cut part of the paddle, and that's all it takes when you're hitting a soft shot. Back to
another 2-minute backhand missed return.
2, you got 2.
And when you're asking how many timeouts you have left, that is never good. Get a gift from Ben there to get the ball back on a 1, excuse me. So
7-3-2.
run of 6 continues. Go out. Collin was on it, but he wasn't on top of it, so the backspin, that's way deep, but here we go.
Agreed. And a little chat between Fed and Hayden if they wanted to take a timeout, but we're going to play on. The run continues. Are soft enough that they can't take them out of the air, and they're not sitting up enough to attack off the bounce. Just almost nothing you can do.
You can try a very difficult topspin lob because you've run out of ideas.
That's exactly what happened. That is number 13 on the list of possibilities to find some offense, and that's what they're forced into right now with the Johns brothers playing so clean. That's a block party up there for CJ.
The darn cop showed up at the block party there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Right on cue.
But that was 8.
Yes.
I mean,
8 is 8.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Finally get a miss from Ben. Ben has served once in this game.
4-1.
I mean, this is what worked. Just high speed, full go pickle.
5-1.
Is it too late?
They're not going to win the dink pattern right now, so pump up the aggression early. Okay, so the error on the forehand in the middle of the court from Ben Johns into the tape, and then back-to-back quick hitting points for Fed and H, and we got a game now.
6-1.
And they're gonna
7-8-1.
out of nowhere. In fact, it was impossible because the Johns had 9. We got snowmen in Virginia Beach.
8-8-1.
Wow. What a response from the boys in black.
Yeah, huge hands from both fellas on the far end, and maybe a little frustration on that initial speed up from Ben Johns, a little out of character.
And we are at game point for Staksrud and Patriquin. They just dropped 8 in a row on the other side before they got the ball back. This is something.
10-8-1.
Oh my, what a look.
Fed just smiles.
Second game point.
10-8-2.
Hayden's footwork is insane up at the kitchen.
Oh my, just wide from CJ on the slide. And you know what they said? Let's play 5. Unbelievable rally from Patriquin and Staksrud. They're not undefeated for a reason. They're undefeated because they got the will and the skill. Game 5 coming up next. This is something else.
Coach of the year?
Why not?
That's what I'm doing at the next MLP. I'm going to make the slice motion
Yes.
and then the roll
Yes.
motion, and it all works out.
It certainly does. All right, big opportunity here for Staksrud and Patriquin to deliver an empty possession here. And that is exactly what they do for the first time since game 1.
Yeah, great right hip spot from Hayden Patriquin when Ben was transitioning forward. It's tough in a firefight, but one of the easiest shots of that firefight was the last one from Ben, and he puts it into the net.
ATP defense.
I would say equally impressive. The execution of the ATP and exactly where Hayden was to finish.
2-0-1.
Got it.
Coverage from his partner.
No, he isn't. That was an extended stare from Ben to Collin. And a sneaky little forehand attack from Hayden Patriquin after an extended dink rally. Out of it.
Another lob. That's a deep 4-0 on a 1 with their first possession. Wow.
And they broke Rule 34C of lobbing twice in the same point, and they still got out of trouble.
They would like to refer you to 34 key. Collin gets tagged. Oh, and Ben. And a ball right past CJ's paddle, and that was the worst nightmare for the Johns brothers there. That's a ball Ben usually would take, but
I think the previous one, the Hayden forehand through the middle, I'm going to fault Collin, but I think this last one is more of a Ben issue from the third shot drive perspective.
So the brothers are not connected at all. They're in the worst hole you could be in. They have had a point deducted.
Yes.
Yeah, when I said the score is 9-3-2 and you look up and you think our great team at Tennis Channel headquarters messed up the score. No,
Nope.
They had a point deducted because they didn't make a proper timeout designation. And ever since that, it was 9-3-2. The score is 14 to -1.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I know at 6-0 it's very difficult to have a paradigm shift, but I think the Johns brothers have to ramp up the aggression a little bit
15 seconds,
because
one timeout,
the
two
soft
timeouts.
stuff of Fed and Hayden has really picked up from about 20 or 30 minutes ago when the Johns were winning almost all of those neutral kitchen battles.
The other thing to
Time in.
remind us is that
6-0-1.
18-2 record in finals. That is at heavy risk here. Just wide.
Third.
Tough to squeeze it in there from Federico Staksrud with Collin going to the Scorpion.
6-0-2.
That ball is in and 7-0.
Yeah, I think they're maintaining an out call.
Challenge of the out call. The out
I
call
mean,
puts it side
our
out.
broadcast
Still 6-1.
position couldn't be
We're not
better.
seeing
Like,
video
I
review.
realize we have cameras that show you that, but Adam and I are literally staring down that line, and it is 7-0. And you want to talk it here.
Well, I'll wait for the ruling.
After review, the out call is overturned. The ball is in. 1 timeout remaining. 2 timeouts remaining. We resume play at 7-0-2.
I mean, this crowd is a little anti-Johns. They
are.
are rooting for the underdog, even if it's just a slight one.
I'm in. 7-0-2. Eight 0-2.
And finally, and now the Johns fans in the crowd come to life, but
Yeah, maybe it's more neutral than
Yeah.
I thought. That was a nice eruption,
0-8-1.
well, they just want more of this.
right?
Do they have a second 8-point run? It's going to be hard to do with just one serve left here.
0-8-2.
It's CJ with the tag.
Backhand offense out of the air from the right-sided Collin Johns. Okay.
And that
1-8-2.
ugly run is over. They're finally on the board.
They're back to 0.
Yes, exactly. Got a miss from Ben, so only one, and the one will stay. And momentum, everything else, wildly in favor of H and Patriquin to keep their
Hey, 1-1.
undefeated partnership going. Where it came from, Adam Stone.
So good from Fed Staksrud, and that's what happens when Collin does the crouch for the Scorpion. He's limited in his mobility, so Ben has to cover the middle, and Fed goes back behind him.
And for the first time since game 1, CJ sped a ball up, and it worked.
It worked. Ben's even off on his hitting the ball back over to the others.
9-1-2.
Okay, so they get 1. The thing called pressure and nerves is going to show up now too.
1-9-1.
In a big way.
Will the scoreboard add to it? Started it again, and they got in a really nice position.
They did. It was a couple awkward swings. No one could get a perfect paddle on the ball in that exchange. And the last one from Ben right into the net.
1-2.
Empty trip ball back.
Nice work from Fed finding the right side of Collin's body. He was loaded up on the backhand side.
9-1-1.
And deep on the return, challenge forthcoming here.
Referee timeout. We have a challenge of the out call. The out call puts us at 10-1-1. We're now to see with video review.
And, ooh, mama.
I think it's in.
I'm going with in as well.
Yeah. I mean, obviously a huge call in this moment, but, you know, just any source of little extra oomph the Johns brothers can get right, that cannot be understated.
Here we go.
After review, the out call stands. The challenge.
Whoa,
whoa,
whoa.
No timeouts remaining. 2 timeouts remaining. We resume play at match point 10-1-1.
Wow, match point now.
Match point. Time in 10-1-1. Match point.
Second try.
10-1-2.
Terrific shot behind Big H, and we will play on. And the beats per minute for the boys in black are going a little quicker now.
Slippery Collin, about 70 or 80% up the line, and a very awkward swing on the counter from Fed Staksrud. Almost a complete whiff.
2-10-1.
A little high, and Fed is all over it.
Yes, he is. It's a great forehand. A little late on the slide for
2-2.
Collin Johns over to his right.
That also misses. Ball back over. Match point number 3 for Fed and Big H.
10-1. Second serve, match point.
Now number 4.
10-2.
The undefeated duo of Hayden Patriquin and Federico Staksrud have entered 2 tournaments, and they have won 2 tournaments, coming from the brink of disaster, and they win it convincingly in Game 5. What a start to Championship Sunday.
Yes, it is to start. 4 more matches to go. That's the way it all begins. What a performance and what a unique match of runs in men's doubles. Really high level, really high quality. All the entertainment value is there.
So we'll all take a deep breath here. This is how it ended, and pure elation for those boys right there. We'll get them some hardware when we come back. Welcome back, everybody, to the Stratusphere Gin Virginia Beach Cup. Down 9-3 in game number 4. They come roaring back and keep their undefeated record intact and win their 2nd title. Fed and Big H are standing by with Hannah Johns.
Well, the duo remains undefeated. You've played 2 tournaments, you've won 2 tournaments together, and you just took down the #1 team. How much belief do you have in this partnership?
A ton of belief. We keep talking about chemistry. You know, Fed and I always go golf, we drill. I think chemistry is the most important, and we have it. We're lovers.
You were down, wow. You were down 2 games and 9-3 in game 4. What was going through your head?
No, I mean, I think it was a really competitive match. I mean, when you have Ben in the court, you know, you're going to have good level pickleball. So we just tried to, you know, play good. They were playing a little better than us at the beginning. Then we just kind of found our game. And yeah, I think it's the beginning of a new rivalry. So it's going to be fun.
Hayden, you play that really aggressive right side playing style. It's become very popular over the last year. Talk about how the sport is evolving.
It's all Gabe Tardio. I mean, he changed the right side, and it was in a good way. I'm just trying to go after my boy Gabe. You know, he's here for me all the time, so I love him. I love him.
Congratulations, guys. Fantastic match. It's trophy time. Carrie Huzzy to present on behalf of Stratusphere Gin. Carrie.
Hi, it is my honor to present you this trophy from Stratusphere Gin and the PPA Tour. Congrats, guys.
Hoist that trophy. Dave.
Well, I don't know if Big H knows, but Virginia is for lovers. So well done, boys. And what a match to start us off here. So Federico Staksrud, Hayden Patriquin are your winners. And now we roll right into a rematch of the Atlanta Slam Final. The #1 seed, Annalie Waters and Catherine Parento, will battle the girlies, Rachel Rohrabacher and Anna Bright. We'll be right back with this. Don't go anywhere.